Hi friends, welcome to Krako's VRC video series. Every week we'll be bringing you 3 important tests for VRC, important questions that you must solve regularly so that you can ace VRC section. VRC section is one of those sections where consistent practice is extremely important. You see the gains after a few months. There is no immediate improvement in VRC. So in such cases, you have to put in efforts regularly for months on end before you see any improvement. With that thought in mind, what we have decided is that we will give you regular tests, 3 a week, which you can solve along with us. We'll also give you a PDF of the question so you can actually try attempting the set by yourself and then solve it along with us. So look at the PDF, download it, try to solve the RC or the VA questions, then see the video. Do this consistently. These are only 3 tests a week, so it is extremely doable. But do this consistently and slowly over time you will see yourself improving. So I hope to see you come in every single week and solve these 3 tests. If you need more VRC practice tests, just search for Krako VRC sets and you will get a lot more tests like these. Keep solving, keep practicing and keep getting better. I hope to see all of you completely crack the VRC section in CAT 2026.
Hi friends, welcome to Krako's video series. In this particular video, we will be discussing a passage which is about how nature is evolving towards technology and technology is converging with nature. The two trends are essentially discussed and the convergence is discussed in the passage. So let's take a look at the passage. We'll go paragraph by paragraph and then take a look at the questions. Nature has all along yielded her flesh to humans. First, we took nature's materials as food, fibers and shelter. Then we learn to extract raw materials from her biosphere to create our own new synthetic materials. Now bios is yielding us her mind. We are taking her logic. So essentially in this paragraph, the introduction is given as to what we are going to talk about how we are taking biologic as such. So intro to biologic, intro to how humans are now taking biologic. Now let's take a look at the next paragraph. Clockwork logic, the logic of the machines, will only build simple contraptions. Truly complex systems such as a cell, a meadow, an economy or a brain, natural or artificial, requires a rigorous non-technological logic. We now see that no logic except biologic can assemble a thinking device or even a workable system of any magnitude. So basically the point of this paragraph is if you have to build something complex like an economy, a cell, any kind of complex system that has to interplay with each other, you need clockwork logic will not help in those kind of complex cases. You need biologic as such. So complex systems require biologic. So this essentially extends by we have taken long from nature. Now from nature we are also taking the biologic, that is the logic for how complex systems should work. Now let's take a look at the next paragraph. It is an astounding discovery that one can extract the logic of bios out of biology and have something useful. Although many philosophers in the past have suspected one could abstract the laws of life and apply them elsewhere, it wasn't until the complexity of computers and human-made systems became as complicated as living things that it was possible to prove this. It's eerie how much of life can be transferred. So far, some of the traits of the living that have been successfully been transported to mechanical systems are self-replication, self-governance, limited self-repair, mild evolution and partial learning. So essentially, basically, the author is explaining how people have long suspected that you could use biologic, but now we are seeing that once the computers became complicated enough, once engineered systems became complicated enough, we can now see that okay, we could actually use the laws of biology and import them over to technology as such. And the laws that have been used till now have been related to self-replication, self-governance, etc., etc. So examples, when this was realized, when biologic's applicability was realized, it was always suspected, but now it is kind of understood because of the fact that technological systems have kind of become like complicated themselves, and examples of it given. So some forms of biologic have already been used in engineered systems like biologic about self-replication, about limited self-repair, etc., etc. Applied to technology. Now let's take a look at the next paragraph. We have reason to believe yet more can be synthesized and made into something new. Yet at the same time that the logic of bios is being imported into machines, the logic of technos is being imported into life. The root of bioengineering is the desire to control the organic long enough to improve it. Domesticated plants and animals are examples of technos logic applied to life. The wild aromatic root of the Queen Anne's laceweed has been fine-tuned over generations by selective herb gatherers until it has evolved into a sweet carrot of the garden. The udders of wild bovines have been selectively enlarged in an unnatural way to satisfy humans rather than calves. Milk cows and carrots, therefore, are human inventions as much as steam engines and gunpowder are. But milk cows and carrots are more indicative of the type of inventions humans will make in the future, products that are grown rather than manufactured. Till now, we were discussing how the laws of biology are now being applied to technology, that we are now creating mechanical systems which follow the laws of self-repair, self-replication, etc. But this is not just a one-way street. We are also taking laws of technology and applying them to biology. We are kind of engineering organic life. So basically, if you see the way carrots were, they were kind of selectively produced to be sweet carrots. You took something that naturally occurred and you selectively engineered it over generations in such a way that it became a carrot. Similarly, you took the wild bovines and you kind of selectively bred traits into it such that they became milk cows. So essentially, both of them are given about how technology was essentially used in organic life to modify organic life as such. So technologic also used to modify organic life. Now let's take a look at the next paragraph. Genetic engineering is precisely what cattle breeders do when they select better strains of Holsteins. Only bioengineers employ more precise and powerful control. While carrot and milk cow breeders had to rely on diffuse organic evolution, modern genetic engineers can use directed artificial evolution, purposeful design, which greatly accelerates improvements. So basically, what is the difference between the breeders, cattle breeders, and bioengineers and modern genetic engineers? See, even the breeders who selectively bred a certain characteristic into the cattle were also doing genetic engineering only. They were essentially ensuring that the cattle they bred could produce the milk that was required by humans as such. So it is a form of genetic engineering. But what you see with modern genetic engineers and biogenetic engineers is they use more purposeful design, more directed changes and faster changes as such. The older cattle breeders and herbicists or whatever has been mentioned had to rely on diffuse organic evolution. So essentially here you have this direct editing of genes or direct editing of characteristics. Here you are selectively trying to produce certain characteristics over generations, over evolution as such. So one is a slow form of engineering, another is a fast, quick, directed form of engineering. So essentially genetic engineers and cattle breeders do essentially they achieve the same results, but one does it in a direct way, one does it in an indirect way. So they do the same thing with different methods as such. The overlap of the mechanical and the lifelike increases year by year. Part of this bionic convergence is a matter of words. The meanings of mechanical and life are both stretching until all complicated things can be perceived as machines and all self-sustaining machines can be perceived as alive. Yet beyond semantics, two concrete trends are emerging. Human-made things are behaving more lifelike and life is becoming more engineered. The apparent veil between the organic and the manufactured has crumpled to reveal that the two really are and always have been of one being. So essentially, while technology is being applied to living things, living life logic or biologic is being applied to machines. And what we are seeing is that they are converging. Machines using biologic are becoming more lifelike, and life forms such as cattle, etc., trees, etc., are becoming more machine-like. So what we have seen is that the difference between what is machine and what is organic, what is real, organic reality and machine as such, that difference is kind of crumpling, because essentially both are moving towards each other, both are moving towards a convergence as such. So, human made and life things, or basically what is organic life or organic life, converging. So what is the overall point of the passage? So firstly, the author begins by saying how biologic, or the logic of bios, is now being applied to technological innovations, and how now the technology is also like technologic was always used for, has been used for a long time in biology to improve biology as such. So we see these two forces. Biologic now being applied to machines and mechanical products, and technology being applied to organic products. And these two things, what is organic, what is mechanical, is kind of converging to each other, because now they are like human made things are becoming more lifelike, and lifelike things or life things are actually becoming more mechanical as such. So because they are moving towards each other, we see that there is a convergence happening, and there will be no distinction between what is real life, organic life, versus what is man-made life as such. So this is the main point of the passage. So now that we understand what the passage is about, let's take a look at the questions. Which one of the following set of words, phrases best serves as keywords to the passage? Remember, in such questions, just basically figure out which words do not belong. When you figure out which words do not belong, it is easy to remove those words than find out the perfect option as such. From what I know, what should definitely be there is biologic and technologic should be there. Convergence should be there, because convergence is the point of the last paragraph as such. So biologic, technologic and convergence should definitely be there. So let's take a look at the options. Complex systems deserves to be there. Complex systems was the point of the first paragraph. Complex systems plus bios logic was like the keywords from the first paragraph. Carrots, milk cows. Carrots and milk cows were essentially examples, and examples should not be there as keywords. Keywords represent concepts, not examples. So both of these should not be there. They are examples of how technology was used to adapt organic life. So both of them don't really belong. Technos logic belongs, convergence belongs, but these two do not belong. So I can eliminate option A, because these are not keywords. These are just examples given to show how technos logic was applied to biology. Nature, computers also does not belong. Carrots does not belong. Milk cows, all of these do not belong as such. Nature is fine, but biologic should be there. Genetic engineering is also a keyword that is used, but biologic is missing, technologic is missing, convergence is also missing. So three important terms are missing. So B also can be removed. Nature, bios, technos, self-repair and Holsteins. All of these are keywords. I'd say this is correct, this is correct. These are all three are correct keywords as such. But self-repair is not a keyword. Self-repair is an example of what lifelike characteristic has been applied to machines. Similarly, Holsteins is an example of cows, which is an example of technology being used to adapt biology. So it is an example of an example, definitely not a keyword. So these two can be removed. So clearly this is not the right answer. Complex systems, yes, a keyword. Biologic, also a keyword. Bioengineering, yes, a keyword. Engineering from using biologic to machines. Technos logic, convergence. Three important things that I had mentioned must be there, are there over here. There is no keyword here which is not a key term in the passage, no example, no spurious keyword given. I would say this is the right answer. So D would be the right answer to choose. Now let's take a look at the second question. The author claims that part of this bionic convergence is matter of words. Which one of the following statement best expresses the point being made by the author? Basically, he says matter of words because what is lifelike versus what is technological or what is man-made is kind of the difference between that is kind of going away completely, because technological things are becoming more lifelike and what organic life is becoming more technology as such. This difference was never really there, and whatever was the veil between them is also disappearing. So essentially it has become just a matter of words, what you consider as organic reality and what you consider as a machine as such. There is no real intrinsic difference between them as such. So let's take a look at the options. Bios and technos are both convergent forms of logic, but they generate meanings about the world that are mutually exclusive. Now, this about the world that are mutually exclusive is not mentioned anywhere in the passage, that they generate meanings about the world that are mutually exclusive. These are not mutually exclusive. The author feels that that is converging. The what is life like, what is technology are essentially converging. So, this part is a distortion, so we can eliminate it. Mechanical and life are words from different logical systems and are therefore fundamentally incompatible in meaning. Opposite of what is actually given in the passage. In the passage, the author clearly says that these are convergent terms. These are the same terms. It is increasingly difficult to say which is which as such, because many mechanical things have lifelike characteristics and many lifelike characteristics have mechanical characteristics as well. So this is incorrect. A bionic convergence indicates the meeting ground of genetic engineering and artificial intelligence. Clearly, you can eliminate this. Has artificial intelligence being mentioned even once in the passage? Not even once. So, very easy to eliminate this. Mechanical and life were earlier seen as opposite in meaning, but the difference between two is increasingly blurred. This is what the author has actually indicated through the passage. That you used to think that, okay, what is mechanical is the opposite of what is lifelike. But mechanical things are getting lifelike characteristics, lifelike things are becoming mechanical, and there is a convergence occurring. The apparent veil between these two has been removed, has crumpled, and now we are realizing that they were not two different things at all. They were not opposites at all. They were in fact the same one thing as such. So only D conveys that meaning. So D is the right answer. Let's take a look at the third question. The author claims that the apparent veil between the organic and manufactured has crumpled to reveal that the two really are and have always been of one being. Which one of the following statement best expresses the point being made by the author over here? What the author is saying is that we are seeing that what is mechanical is moving closer to what is lifelike, and what is lifelike is moving closer to what is mechanical. And we are realizing that they are converging to one thing. There is no really such thing that what it is purely mechanical, it is purely organic life. And we are realizing that both of them were essentially one thing as such. We had artificially created these two categories, but if you see, they are essentially the same thing as such. The difference between them, the veil between them, veil basically means a separator between what is mechanical and what is lifelike. That veil has crumpled. There is no separation between what is mechanical and what is lifelike. Both of them, organic life, mechanical life, or mechanical machines and organic life are essentially becoming one thing as such. We are realizing that they were not two exclusive categories at all. They were not two different categories at all. They were always one thing. So now that we are realizing that, let's take a look at the options. Organic reality has crumpled under the veil of manufacturing, rendering the apparent and the real as the same being. Organic reality, no. Apparent reality of organic life and machines being different has crumpled. Organic reality has not crumpled. So essentially what they have taken is, they have taken the fact that the apparent veil between organic reality and manufactured reality has crumpled. So instead of that, they have moved around the words. So instead of saying apparent veil, now they have made like the organic reality has crumpled, instead of saying that the apparent veil has crumpled. So clearly a distortion of what is given in the passage. I can eliminate option A. The crumpling of the organic veil, not organic veil, it is the apparent veil. The crumpling of the organic veil between the apparent and manufactured reality reveals to them to have been the same being. So this is like just moving around the words, okay? You have the organic reality, you have the manufactured reality, okay? And manufactured reality. And this is the apparent veil. And this apparent veil has crumpled. What they are doing is now converting this apparent veil into organic veil, and organic veil has crumpled, and apparent reality and so just moving around words, it's just distorting what is given in the passage. So option B can easily be eliminated. Scientific advances are making it increasingly difficult to distinguish between organic reality and manufactured reality. This is clearly correct, because this is what exactly what the author is trying to say, that things are moving closer to each other, there's a convergence occurring. So organic reality and manufactured reality, this apparent veil between them has kind of crumpled. They are becoming one and the same thing as such. Only option C is actually capturing that point as such. Let's take a look at option D as well. Apparent reality and organic reality. No, not apparent. Manufactured reality and organic reality. Apparent veil. So just moving around the words and trying to create 4 options out of that. So it should be very, very easy to understand that this is, all of these are just so easy distortions that you should spot as such. Apparent reality and organic reality are distinguished by the fact that the former is manufactured. It is not apparent reality, it is manufactured reality and organic reality and apparent veil. So you should be able to see and spot such easy distortions from a mile away. So the right answer is option C. Now let's take a look at the last question. None of the following statements is implied by the arguments of the passage except historically philosophers. So we have to find out which of the arguments is implied. So we have to find out which one of these can be inferred to be true as such. Historically, philosophers have known that the laws of life can be abstracted and applied elsewhere. If you see the paragraph, what they have said is that historically, although many philosophers in the past have suspected one could abstract the laws of life and apply them elsewhere, it wasn't until the complexity of computers and human-made systems became as complicated as living things that it was possible to prove this. So they kind of suspected that, okay, maybe we could use the laws of life, but they had no way of knowing that, because to know that you needed systems where those laws of life could be applied. And only when you had complex systems like computers and complex human-made systems could you actually use the laws of life and apply it. So until that was there, until we had modern technology where those laws of life could be used, you couldn't prove it, you couldn't know for sure. So it's not as if that they have known, they have suspected. So known is suspected as being distorted into known. So this is not true. They did not know for sure. They only suspected that maybe it could be done. So A is incorrect. Genetic engineers and bioengineers are the same insofar as they both seek to force evolution in an artificial way. This is actually the point of this particular paragraph. Genetic engineering is precisely what cattle breeders do when they select better strains of Holstein. Only bioengineers employ more precise and powerful control. So bioengineers essentially are, so the cattle breeders are doing genetic engineering. They're trying to select which breed to do, which breed characteristic to put forward, and bioengineers do the same thing. Essentially that these guys have modern genetic engineers can use direct artificial influence. The cattle breeders use diffuse evolution. So the level of control is different, the level of like how fast they can do things is different. But the actual result or what they are trying to do is the same. They are trying to change characteristics of a organic life. They're trying to change characteristics of life using mechanical methods as such. So essentially both of them are doing the same thing, but one has faster means, the other is using slower means as such. So this is true. This can be inferred from the passage. The biological realm is as complex as the mechanical one, which is why the logic of BIOS is being imported into the machines. So from what has been mentioned over here, we can actually say that it is in fact more complex than the mechanical one. Only now when mechanical realm has started catching up with complex computers and complex systems, could we actually import the laws of biology. You always suspected, philosophers suspected that we could actually use the laws of life, but now that we have those complex systems, can we actually import this as such. So it's not that biological realm is as complex as the mechanical one. It's basically the mechanical one is kind of catching up on the biological one in terms of complexity, and because it is catching up to the biological one in terms of complexity, now the logic of the BIOS can be imported. So it's not exactly as this is catching up, this mechanical realm is catching up with the BIOS realm, and because of that we can now start employing some amount of some laws of this into biology, and we can't say they are equivalent or as complex as. We can basically say that biological realm is greater than or equal to, in terms of complexity, the mechanical realm. So this is incorrect. Purposeful design represents the pinnacle of scientific expertise in service of human betterment and civilizational progress. So purposeful design is given over here. So the author is saying that, over here it is given that while carrots and these are using diffuse, modern genetic engineers can use directed artificial evolution, which is called, this directed artificial evolution is called as purposeful design, which greatly accelerates improvements. So it is true that it improves, greatly accelerates improvement, but he does not give this exaggeration, the pinnacle of scientific expertise. Exaggeration of like that should immediately be spotted, because nothing of that sort is given. They're saying that, okay, this directed artificial evolution is going to cause faster improvements, but he does not call it the pinnacle of scientific expertise in terms, and service of human betterment and civilizational progress is also not given as a direct result of genetic engineering. So D are not as per the passage, they are beyond the scope of the passage. So D also can be eliminated. B is the only statement that has been implied in the passage as such. So this is basically how you should solve this passage. Try to have a good hold on what are the implications. Whenever you see options which are very close to each other, check for distortions, eliminate options using distortions, and then you will get to the right answer. So this is basically how you should answer this particular passage. Please keep practicing. Thank you.
Want to know how 100 percentile approaches the CAT exam? Now you can. Cracku is giving away 3 full-length mocks designed by 5x 100 percentiler Maruti sir himself to mirror the actual test. After you finish, just don't look at your scores. Dive into our detailed video solution for every question to learn the expert strategy. Plus, get a deep performance analysis to pinpoint your exact weaknesses. Get your free mock right now. Go to Google and search Cracku CAT free mock.